review for HIT 445 Quality Management. And I'm really excited. This is a great class. We're going to have so much fun with this and learn so much. The big challenge is this is a 4-credit class and we are compressing it down to only 11 weeks. Personally, I think we have 17 weeks of material, but we're going to try and get through it in 11. I'm here to do your syllabus review with you. So if you go into Brightspace now for this class, you will notice that there is a syllabus button, tab, option. And if you click on it, it's going to take you into an abbreviated version of the syllabus. And that's what I'm going to go through here today. I'm also going to link it back to the full version. There is a PDF version as well, and some places that you can find other information. But let's get started. This is an online course here for spring 2021. You have my instructor information. I used to have an office in Max Clark at Calmer, but they are doing renovations, so it'll probably be 2022 before I get back in there. So at present, I'm at home, and that's for me, Waverly. I do have Zoom office hours. This semester, they are Tuesdays, 9 to noon, and Thursday evenings, 6:30 to 9:30. And other times are available by appointment. So let's go take a look. How in the world do you Zoom with me during office hours? Well, let's click on content here. And now we're going to go down to course materials right here on the left, course materials. So let's click on those. Underneath course materials, you'll notice there's syllabus. This is the PDF version of the syllabus, and we'll come back to this in a little bit. You'll notice there's the course guide. But then there's Zoom office hours and links. If you click on this, you will see there are Tuesday morning office hours. These are the dates that I'll be available. And here's the link, password, as well as a phone number if you'd rather do it by phone than by computer or by cell phone. Because you can do Zoom on your cell phone. And you can also call in, one or the other. And then Thursday evening, this is the link for Thursday evenings and the password and that. If we Zoom at another time, we will arrange for that, and I will create a special meeting in Zoom and send you the link because Zoom requires that for each meeting type. So that's why that will be a special link. But Tuesdays and Thursdays are here for you if you want to do that. During these times, I'm usually working. I'm at my desk. I often have music playing. I might be snacking on something, drinking something, usually iced tea, occasionally Cherry Zero, or vice versa. I have 3 cats, I have 2 children, and I have a husband. So when I am doing office hours, I have Zoom on, but I have it muted. I have the video off, and I usually have some music playing. So if you Zoom in, I will see you click in, and I will turn my music off. I will hush and shush the pets, the husband, the kids, and then I will click into Zoom. So give me about 15 seconds there to get that taken care of so that I'm available to you. If you click into Zoom and you don't see me click in after 15 seconds, shoot me an email and I will realize that you are on and I will hop back on. So just to let you know. Back to the syllabus. All right. Well, maybe. We'll see if it's going to load. I had an interesting day with my computer. I've had to shut it down a couple of times. It's just being a pill. The best way to contact me is through my email at NICC. That is truly the best way. I check that on my cell phone. I check it on the computer. It is the most consistent, easy way to reach out to me. So that's there. So please use that as a way that you contact me. All right, let's talk about required materials. The first thing is the Quality and Performance Improvement textbook. And let's see, wrong way again. All right, sorry. Let me move. Opposite way. That's better. Okay. So here's what this textbook looks like. And this is the one that we're going to primarily use. We will go through this book with a fine-tooth comb. And that's really what the course is based on, is primarily this book. So you've got that. The next thing that we will do for our first set of I think 6 discussions is hardwiring excellence. And as you read through this book, it will be very interesting for you to see how it relates to what we're learning in our textbook and what's happening in healthcare. And I will be very interested in seeing your discussion posts and replies. I'm eager to see what you think of this book. The next one that we have that we're going to be utilizing is Strengths Finders 2.0. And or you can use Now Discover Your Strengths. That's the other version of this. And my version is old, so use the one that's on the screen. But we will use that for 1 week. And I think that you will find it very helpful. I realize that 1 week doesn't seem like much, but I think what you'll get out of this book will almost be, I don't want to say priceless, but it will be significant. So it will be well worth whatever you spent to purchase the book new. And then the next book is the case studies book, because we're actually going to do some case studies there. This is the Cengage version, 3rd edition. So we'll be using that. And if you have statistics, HIT 452, we use it for that as well. The last one I want you to be able to reference is this one. It is Health Information Management Technology. Let me get that straight. This book is used for HIT 30. It's also used in your RHIT prep class. It is full, chock full of helpful information that you need to know. So we are going to use it for some of what we do in this class. We also refer to it in HIT 452 as well. This book is well worth hanging on to even after you graduate. You may find yourself going back to it, so hang on to it if you can, at least to get you through your RHIT exam. If you have to sell it after that, I understand, but really this is one of the most helpful, if not the most helpful textbook you will have in this program. And then you need an EHR Go subscription, which I think you also need for one of Shelley Grant's classes. So that's where she's got it listed, but we will use it as well for a handful of data analytics that have to do with quality. Course information, this is all from your course guide. And remember when we were in content under course materials, the course guide was there. And so you can go see this information there as well. Grading procedures and scale. Our scale is HIT program. That's not anything I adjust or have anything to do with. It is what it is. It's the HIT program scale. What I do is plug in the points. And the points come from items and the points that are assigned to those. So we'll have 11 discussions, 28 assignments, 8 quizzes, and those fall into these points and percentages, just so you can see. All right, course calendar. If you click on this link, it'll take you out to a Google spreadsheet that has information on it about what we'll be doing each week. There are 2 other places you can find this information. Now I'm going to show you both. The first one is if you go under course materials, you'll see the syllabus. So let's go take a look there. If you click on content, we go back to those course materials, click on course materials. Under course materials, you'll see the syllabus, the course guide, the Zoom office hours. If you click on syllabus, it brings up a PDF version. And if you want, you are more than welcome to print this out at home to have it available, but it's here online. A couple of things I want to note right now. I should have started with this, and I apologize I haven't. The last day to submit coursework is April 5th. That is a Monday at 11:30 p.m. because on Tuesday, April the 6th, I have to report your final grades to the registrar. This is carved in stone. So make sure you know the last day to submit coursework is Monday, April the 5th at 11:30 p.m. You need to know that. But anyway, if you scroll through this, this is your formal syllabus. This goes through all the nitty-gritty detail. It has stuff from the course guide in it with all the objectives listed out. It has the required materials. It has the grading information. It has all of the details behind all of the topics that are required by the syllabus. And then we get to the course calendar. And that's this here. It's a table. It shows you every week what we're going to be doing what are we covering in terms of textbooks or books, and what topics we're covering, the points values, the course objectives, the unit objectives. And it does this for every week. So this is a good place to come look for this information if you want to. But you could also go back to the syllabus and click on the course guide or course calendar, and it would take you out to that spreadsheet that would have all of this information in it. The other place you can find it is if you click on content and then you click on the specific week. So let's just pick a week. Let's pick week 5, just for the fun of it, week 5. Week 5, we're going to be talking about customer satisfaction, and we're going to focus on chapter 7 in the EHEMA textbook, chapters 9 and 10 in Hardwiring Excellence for your discussion. And we're going to be looking at and applying tools, techniques to monitor, report, and improve processes like customer satisfaction. So it'll show you down here, you'll have the PowerPoint, and I like to record my lecture videos the week before the class. And the reason for that is it's still fresh in my mind at that point when we're going over it the next week. And it's right there for you. So that'll be, you'll see that getting posted. And then here's your discussion and your discussion questions. Here are your assignments. And then your quiz. It'll show you exactly what's going to be due that week. So you have that. So those are the 3 places you can find it. All right, moving on past, oh, I think I went too far. Yes, course calendar. So that's where we were. So again, you can click here, you can go to content, you can look at content and look at syllabus, or you can look at content and look at the specific week. Those are ways that you can find out what's going to be happening. Feedback. Please, please, please make sure you give us feedback and that you complete all assessments. Feedback helps us improve. It helps the college, it helps me as an instructor, it helps the program, it helps the specific course. We want to get better and better and better. We know we've got room to improve. Your feedback helps us with that. Assessment. You get assessed, I get assessed, the courses get assessed, the college gets assessed, everybody gets assessed. And that's to make sure that we're really doing what we're supposed to be doing and that we're effective in what we're doing. And that you're learning what you need to learn, we're teaching what we need to teach, and that we're able to demonstrate that you're coming out of it with skills and knowledge that meet the requirements. So it's so important that you answer the surveys, and when Kelly Kramer sends out the end of semester idea assessments, that you complete those. So please, please do that. All right, course policies. Attendance, academic engagement. I have to take attendance every week, and I do that based on, did you do anything that week? As long as you did something that week, I know you were engaged, and I can put you as being present. If you don't do anything at all that week, then I put you as absent. I don't think that'll be a problem for any of you because you're all really good students, and so thankfully I don't have to worry about that. But I do have to take attendance, and I do have to be honest about how I take attendance so that you are aware. Academic dishonesty, that's kind of the next topic. Speaking of honesty, I believe all of you are academically honest, and that is the way that I treat you. Please do not betray that trust and be academically dishonest. Please choose to act with integrity. In this field, our reputations, our credibility rise and fall based on integrity. If we have no integrity, we have undermined everything that we have worked for and everything that anyone can trust us for. So please be academically honest and choose integrity consistently. Late work. If you have me for HIT 452 and you watch that video, you're probably going to hear almost the exact same thing. Sorry, but it's the way I feel about it. I hate late work. As an instructor, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It drives me crazy. It makes my job 3 times to 10 times more difficult and more challenging than it would be if everything came in on time. But having said that, I have been in this situation when I was working on my master's. I had some life events happen to me that were completely unexpected, unplanned, that knocked me sideways. And I fell 8 papers behind in a master's program. Not a good place to be. But my professors understood my situation. And they strongly encouraged me to get them caught up and cheerleaded me along the way and were kind enough not to mark me down for being late. Um, because of their kindness and mercy, I was able to get back on track, finish strong, and I have my master's degree. I want to pay it forward. Because of their kindness and mercy, I want to pay it forward. So if you have something that happens to you that knocks you sideways, that's totally unexpected, I will work with you. But having said that, it's your assignments and quizzes that can be late. It is not discussions. I have accepted late discussions before, and it is a nightmare, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So starting this semester, no late discussions. And here's why. The discussion happens during the week, and that's when people are posting. That's when people are reading. People are replying to posts. That interaction, that communication, that synergy between people is occurring. After that week, it's not capable of happening. People don't go back. We've lost that momentum. So the value is that it happens that week. So what I would say is if you miss a week's discussion, I'm really sorry, but you missed it. It's going to be a 0, and let's move forward and hope that you don't miss any more. But assignments and quizzes, those can be submitted late. Now, the caveat, they can be submitted up until Monday, April 5th at 11:30 p.m. I cannot take them after that. I've got to have time to review those, score those, get your final grade together, and turn everything in to the registrar on Tuesday, April 6th. So you do have a little bit of wiggle room. Let's say you're in week 5 and something happens and you don't get it turned in until week 9 or week 10. That's fine. I will not mark you down for that. But you've got to get it in. And that's sort of like missing assignments here in the next section. Our week goes Tuesday to Monday. And pretty much Mondays at 11:30 p.m. is when everything closes. I like to try and grade for the most part on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays and get it knocked out as soon as possible right after that week closes. If I am missing something, I'm going to give it a 0. And that way it keeps it current. And if you want to turn it in, that's fine. That's no problem. When you turn it in, I'll grade it and we'll get your score updated. If you take a test late, it'll automatically update. So that'll be all fine. But just understand, if I scored a 0 on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and you turned it in on a Friday, if I see it and grade it, it'll get updated at that point. If I don't see it and grade it at that point, I will the following week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when I'm grading again. Because sometimes I wait so I have everything to grade all at one time rather than grading piecemeal as things come in. I prefer to usually do it in bulk. So just so you know that. Along those lines, it is your responsibility to monitor your grades to ensure that they reflect the work you completed and submitted in a timely manner. Sometimes a student will say, well, I turned that in. I'm almost certain I turned it in. Well, if I gave you a 0, I didn't have it. What I don't know is, did you forget to do it and thought you did it? Because that's happened to me before in life with a lecture video or two. Did you have internet connectivity issues where you actually did it, you tried to submit it, but because the internet, it didn't get it to Brightspace, or your computer decided to eat it rather than upload it? Was it Brightspace that decided to be difficult and wouldn't accept it? I don't know those things. All I know is I don't have it. And if I don't have it, I scored a 0. And so it's a really good thing for you if you go in on a weekly basis after I've graded and you take a look and you see what 0s you have. And then you go back and say, I need to investigate this further. Shoot me an email and say, hey, I thought I did this. Either try and resubmit it to Brightspace, see if you can do that. If you can't, at least email me the file. Because then when I go in to grade it, I'll put a note in the feedback and I'll say, thank you for emailing this to me. And that way it's a note for both of us, and I keep the email that you sent me with the file. in case we ever have to refer back to it. But that way we've got it. But make sure you're checking on a regular basis, excuse me, to make sure that you've turned in what you've turned in and that you have that it made it and got graded. There is no makeup testing essentially. Make sure that you, before you sit down to take a test, make sure you have enough time to take that test. Don't sit down 15 minutes before you need to be out the door and expect to whip through the test, not get it done, have to leave anyway, because the system will grade every question that you didn't do as a 0. And as an instructor, it's important for me, as part of your learning, that you see what you got wrong and what the right answer is. So if I give more than one chance to take a test, students have the chance to use those answers that they saw. And so I usually don't do that. If there's something major, like last August was the derecho storms, if something like that comes up, I'll be glad to reopen that for everybody. But if it's something that was preventable, I may, and or you got most of the test done, but not all the test done, I may not reopen it. That's something I'll just have to kind of judge and see. There's really no makeup test. You take the test. So having said that, make sure that your connectivity is in a good place and that you have the time and you have all the resources you need right there when you're going to take the test. Zoom office hours here. We talked about, you go into course materials and look for Zoom office hours. It gives you that information. Course changes or updates, I like to communicate those through announcements in Brightspace, announcements. So let me click on here. So we go back to the front page of the course. There's announcements right here. This is where you'll see them. So if something's going to change or be updated, I'm going to put it here in announcements. That's where you're going to see that information. So when you first come into the class, before you click on anything up here, make sure you're checking announcements. Okay, back to the syllabus. Maybe, hopefully. All right, we are almost done. Hang in there. We are almost done, I think. I hope. All right, so we talked about additional information. We talked about things typically being due on Monday at 11:30 p.m. following that week of class. Deadlines are in Brightspace. If there's any kind of confusion about those, check Brightspace first, then shoot me an email and I'll see. I have made this course open early and open as much as possible so that you can work ahead, because it's an 11-week course. This and HIT 452 are 11-week courses, and we pack an enormous amount of information in these classes. So I'm opening them early, and almost everything that I could possibly make available to you has been opened. So when you go in and you open up the class, you could get your discussions done, you can get a lot of your assignments done, all those types of things. I've tried to really open those up. Just remember, when it comes to discussions, you've got to go back every week and reply to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. And I really encourage you, don't just do 2, read everybody's stuff and try and reply to more than 2, but 2 is the absolute minimum. Don't forget there are rubrics. I have updated the rubrics from fall to spring. So make sure you review the rubrics and the points so you're aware of that. Discussions weeks 1 through 6 are on hardwiring excellence. Discussion for week 8 is on Strengths Finders 2.0. You're going to have to read before you do your posts. So make sure you set aside the time to read before you go in and post. You're doing the syllabus video review right now, and after you're done, I hope you'll go and take the quick 10-question quiz. It's just the high points. I really hope that you're able to get out of it what you need so that we're on the same page and you're aware. The weekly lecture videos, those are optional, but how are you going to know what's on the test if you don't watch the video, if you don't listen, if you don't go through the PowerPoints? So I think it's to your benefit to do that. But again, I leave it up to you as to whether or not you want to do that, how you want to invest your time, and how high of a grade you want, essentially, on those quizzes. So assignments, I've got those all opened up, I think, for the most part. They can be started, completed at any time, but have specific due dates. There are some rubrics for the special assignments, so be watching out for that and take a look at those. You have some quizzes. Those open on Thursdays and close on Mondays. And the reason they open on Thursdays and not Tuesdays and not all the time be open is because I really want you to stick with material of that week. I want you to have Tuesday and Wednesday to watch the videos and read the book and go through all of the information, assimilate it, do the discussion, all of that, so that by the time you get to the quiz on Thursday, you have all of that knowledge behind you. So that is the reason why I don't open quizzes way early, is I want them to be a specific range. Classroom conduct, I think you know this from having been in some of my other classes and having gone through syllabus review videos before now, but it's all about respect. We have to respect the rights, dignity, worth, and freedom of all class members. That is really what it comes down to. Whether we're talking, whether it's our tone of voice, whether it's our writing through discussions, let's be respectful. Everyone is worthy of respect. And that's what we want to be professionals. We want to be good people. We want to be respectful. So enough about that. Oh wait, I do want to pause back there. Sorry. Discussions. Make sure before you do a discussion, before you post to a discussion, that you read your discussion post. Read it as if someone doesn't know you whatsoever. They've never met you before. They don't know anything about you, and they're reading your post. What would they think? Would they find something in there offensive? Would they find something in there disrespectful? We are going to disagree. We are going to see different sides or facets of issues that we come across. And that's good. We want to have these civil discussions and look at these issues. And we're not always going to agree. That's okay. That's good. That's using critical thinking skills. That's seeing things for more than what they are. But we want to do it respectfully. So read your posts at least twice before you post them. And the same thing goes for your replies to your classmates' posts. Before you post those, make sure you're reading through those. Make sure they're respectful, they're kind, they're appropriate, they're professional. They're focused on the issue, not the person. And on the other side of the coin, if you are getting replies or you're reading someone else's posts, please do not be hypersensitive and find offense where perhaps there was none intended, where someone was just simply trying to state their position and perhaps they did it a bit clumsily. We're here to be professionals. We're here to be respectful. And that's what you learn in the business world, is not everyone is a good communicator. And sometimes you have to sift through a lot to get to what really is the issue at hand. What really are they trying to communicate? And most of the time, I'll tell you, most of the time, 95.9% of the time, it's not meant to be offensive. It's not meant to be personal. It's not meant to be disrespectful. But maybe they could have done a better job of wording it. So again, we need to be respectful in how we receive things. But if something is offensive, you absolutely need to email me right away. Before I grade any discussion, I go in and I read every single post and reply, every single one, every single week. So odds are I will see it. I may not see it before you, I'll probably see it after you, but if there is something truly disrespectful or offensive, please make sure you email me so that I can follow up and take appropriate action as needed. So please do that. Class continuation during campus or center closing doesn't apply to us. We're online, so we're always here. It doesn't matter whether it's snowing or raining or sleeting or what have you. We still have class. The Learning Center. If you have not utilized the Learning Center and you quite possibly could need their assistance, please don't be shy. Step up, reach out to them. They are great people. They have wonderful opportunities for you. They offer tutoring. They offer help with papers. They offer help with spreadsheets, all of those types of things. So Make use of them. They're there for you. No one will know that you contacted them, but take advantage of that because it's there and they're great people and they want to help. Access, if something changes, you click on something, the link doesn't work, or you need something that's closed captioned and it's not, those types of things, reach out to me, shoot me an email. Um, when I develop the classes or the links or those types of things, I don't know that they're going to change. And sometimes they do quite unexpectedly. So something I did 2 weeks ago may change 2 weeks from now, and I just won't know it. But as we run into that, let me know, or let me know if it's hard to read or hard to hear or any of those types of things. And again, there's Read Speaker for Brightspace that's available as well. There's some course copyright information, and we talked a little bit about netiquette or electronic communications, making sure they're civil and respectful. And along those lines, I just want to jump down to the Statement of Non-Discrimination. NICC is committed to not discriminating on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, disability, age, employment status, sexual orientation, gender identity, creed, religion, and actual or potential parental, family, or marital status in any program, activity, or employment practice. We are all very serious here about NICC, about not being discriminatory, about being there, being a safe place for people to come and learn, for them to chase their dreams and catch them by the tail and live them out. We want to be inclusive, we want to be supportive. We are here for our students, and we want to make sure that that non-discrimination atmosphere is held true in every way. So I think that's all I had to say about that. It's just important. Accommodation policy. If you have an accommodation policy, please make sure that you reach out to me privately through email so that I'm aware of that and can update Brightspace accordingly. I need to see that accommodation from NICC's Disability Services Coordinator, whichever campus you're working with. Glad to do that. Want to make it successful for you and do whatever we can to meet your needs. If you do not have an accommodation and you're thinking, I might need one, or I might want to talk to somebody about exploring getting one, please reach out to Anna or Adam. I have met them both and they are wonderful people and they are there to help. So if that's a question or concern that you have, reach out to Anna or Adam, and then from there they'll work with me and you and we'll make it happen. So that is all I have. The rest is about confidentiality, which of course needs to be maintained. Um, and then the disclaimer. All right, so that is pretty much it for the syllabus and for this review. As you know, if you need me, I am here. Shoot me an email and I will get back to you. I'm really looking forward to this semester. I'm really excited about this class. I can't wait to hear your thoughts about what you're learning and see what you produce and how it goes. So take care and I'll be in touch again soon. Bye for now.